Good morning, meteorologist Jeff Gerber here. We're going to take the next 15 minutes. We're going to look at a couple different things going on this morning. One, it's been quiet this morning. Haven't seen any rain. A couple of showers up towards the lakes, I should say that. But we do have a cluster of some showers and thunderstorms that are out towards central Texas that are heading our direction. We're going to look at those. Plus, we're going to take a look at what's going on around the rest of the country as far as the weather is concerned. And we're also going to take a look at what's going on as far as the tropics are concerned, and nothing going on really, but we'll just take a quick look and see what's going on tropics wise out there in the Atlantic, Gulf of Mexico, and into the Caribbean. So we'll take a look at all that stuff as we go through the next 15 minutes or so. Let's take up a look at phone number 409-749-9302. You can call or text this number, and you can ask any questions you have while I'm talking here for the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. If you have any questions, you can just text it to the phone number there, and I will go ahead and try to answer those before we get done with our stream, which is typically right about on about 15 minutes from now. Matter of fact, I'm looking at the phone right now, just making sure. Some questions yesterday, but nothing today. Okay, so 409-749-9302. All right, a forecast for the rest of this afternoon. We've been tracking some showers and thunderstorms out in central Texas. Looks like they're headed our direction as we head towards, looks like maybe later on this afternoon going into this evening. So we'll see maybe a couple of showers about, say, 2 o'clock or so, and then probably pretty good coverage of rain and thunderstorms around 6 o'clock if they hold together. And then by 10 o'clock, they should all be out of here. And it looks like it's going to be quiet as we go through the overnight going into, it looks like, tomorrow morning. So could get a little stormy this afternoon if you're out and about. If you can get it done early in the afternoon or maybe late this morning, probably be better than trying to wait until late afternoon and trying to get those done. Allergy report real quick. Nothing to talk about on tree, weed, grass, and mold. We're looking at a medium still. Some of these numbers are up, some of these are down, but we're still staying right there around that medium range. Let's take a look outside. We'll go through a couple of sky cams. You can see generally partly cloudy skies across southeast Texas. Had a little bit more cloud cover as you head up into the lakes, and hopefully we'll see that camera out of Jasper. But let's take a look at Lake Charles, and you can see partly cloudy skies there. They've been quiet this morning. They haven't seen any rain, just like over here in southeast Texas. Our Roofing 911 live Skycam network just showing a little bit of cloud cover here and there over the Lake Charles area. Actually looking at the port of Lake Charles there in the foreground. Kind of off in the distance there is Lake Charles itself, and then the city of Lake Charles is over there on the other side of the lake, of course. If you've been to Lake Charles, and I think most of us have, it's not that far away, just about an hour away. Anyway, we'll wait for another camera to pop up here, and like I said, we had some fog up in Jasper earlier this morning. Got a little foggy up there while down in the triangle. We didn't see anything. Actually, some blue skies here in Beaumont from our 12 News studio as we look down towards I-10. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 live Skycam network. And just partly cloudy skies here across Beaumont, and as you get into Port Arthur, we saw those partly cloudy skies, a little bit of blue, and skies are not quite as clear up in the Jasper area, the lakes area, because of some of that fog that we had earlier this morning. But overall, not too bad. Matter of fact, a couple of showers right along the border of Tyler County, Jasper, and Newton County. We'll look at that on radar here in just a minute. A couple of thunderstorms actually popped up late this morning. And then here's Jasper, and you can see not quite as clear there, mostly cloudy skies. We've had some showers and thunderstorms right up there along the county line of Jasper, Newton, and Tyler counties. This camera brought to you by Provalis, as it looks like it's dry conditions up there in the Jasper area. Temperature right now, look at this, 90 in Orange, not too far behind that. We're at 87 in Port Arthur, 84 in Beaumont and Silsbee, also Woodville at about 84 right now. 83 Kirbyville, 82 in Jasper. Temperature's pretty uniform across the area. Lake Charles officially 87. Head over into Houston, they're at 87 as well. 86 in Conroe, and then 83 in Huntsville. So pretty warm. We'll get to about 90, it looks like, maybe some lower 90s before we start to cool off because of the showers and thunderstorms. Pretty quiet around the triangle, but as I mentioned, we do have some activity up towards the lakes area right now. This stuff just flared up probably over the last hour or so, and the bulk of it is just north of us. You can see up towards Lufkin, towards Broadus, Zavala, there's showers and thunderstorms there. not quite down to Colemanville, but pretty close to there. A couple of spotty showers into northern parts of Jasper County. And then we're also looking at some thunderstorms up towards the south end of Toledo Bend and north end there of Newton County. Maybe even a few showers stretching all the way down towards Newton. But looks like northern end of Sam Rayburn's getting some thunderstorm there, pretty heavy rainfall. But the south end of the lake, not too much right now. Up there towards Sabine County, Pilen, right now dry, but you can see a couple of showers or thunderstorms pop off here in the next half an hour to an hour or so. So there are some showers and thunderstorms across the viewing area. Our viewing area goes all the way up to northern parts of Tyler, Jasper, and Newton County. So, and actually we have some viewers up towards Sabine County there. I get folks texting us from south end of Toledo Bend. People who live, say, down here around the Triangle, and they go up to the lake for the weekend, and they have a cabin up there, and I've heard from folks that say, hey, we've been watching you up at the south end of the lake there over the weekend, so they can see us up there, even though it's not officially in our viewing area. All right, I'm going to take a look at radar in motion, and most of this stuff is staying north. It's not really dropping south. It's kind of drifting off towards the east, almost northeast in a way. So nothing looks like it's going to be happening here in the Triangle. If you have running around for lunch, maybe trying to get out and run a few errands at the lunch hour, you'll be fine here. Now, if you're up in that 190 corridor, though, you might run into a few showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. But most of this stuff is kind of drifting kind of east-northeast, as you can see on the radar there. So it's kind of slowly moving off. So you want to say you're up towards northern end of Newton County there, you run into some pretty heavy rain. Right on the county line. Same thing for Jasper and Tyler counties. So a little bit of rain there, but for the majority of the area, if you live Buna, Kirbyville, Lumberton, you'll be fine. Over towards Vidor, Orange, no problems. Lunchtime getting around, maybe go grabbing something to eat or running some errands. All right, here's what we're looking at for maybe later on today. It's a big cluster of thunderstorms that started way out in West Texas earlier this morning, and looks like it's continuing to march across the state. It's kind of following along this stationary front that's moving a little bit farther to the south. Matter of fact, I think this front's probably a little bit farther to the south. That's why we're seeing some of this activity down here closer to us into northern parts of Jasper and Newton counties. Take a quick closer look at the shower and thunderstorm activity. Definitely not as strong as it was earlier in the morning. Here's, of course, Dallas, Waco, Austin. Here's I-35 going right up through the central part of the state. As it comes into the I-35 corridor, does not look as strong as it was, so we're still going to have to wait and see if it's going to make it all the way over here to southeast Texas. Of course, here we are, right down here, so we're kind of eyeballing it, seeing if it's going to make it down here. And like I said, we've seen some of these showers and thunderstorms out ahead of it, so there is some activity out ahead of it. So as it comes in, looks like later on this afternoon, maybe early this evening, I think it'll probably hold together maybe enough that we'll get something from this. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm glad it's weakening. We don't have to deal with severe weather, it looks like, but definitely some scattered showers kind of headed in our direction for maybe later on today. So we're going to be watching that. We'll take a look at the big picture across the U.S. There's not a whole lot of rain across much of the U.S. We do have activity up and down the eastern seaboard, all the way from looks like New England down towards Outer Banks. They had some rain earlier this morning. As you head down into, it looks like South Carolina, seeing some showers and thunderstorms. And then you can't help but notice that big cluster of showers and thunderstorms working through central parts of Texas. Upper Midwest, very quiet, really from Oklahoma, Arkansas, all the way up into Canada. Not much going on. Chicago, St. Louis, Minneapolis, looking at lots of sunshine for today. And then you get really west of this cluster of showers and thunderstorms, very quiet across the Intermountain West, West Coast. Not much going on there as well. Pretty dry day there, so they're enjoying some beautiful weather towards the Rocky Mountain states with lots of sunshine, so no problems there. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast. Futurecast, like I said, is trying to show the showers and thunderstorms coming into the area. As you can watch, they're tracking down into us. Now, this is about 3:30. These computer models don't do the greatest job of timing. Sometimes they could come in an hour or two earlier, or they come in about an hour or so late. But it is predicting that there is going to be something coming in as we head towards late this afternoon into this evening with a good coverage of rain and thunderstorms. So we're going to keep a high rain chance in the forecast, even though it's beautiful out there right now, or at least it's quiet. It looks like this disturbance is going to be coming in later on this afternoon, maybe early evening, give us a good chance of some rain and thunderstorms, but then quickly move out of here. You notice by 9-10 o'clock, things will be quiet across the area. The rain should be done, and we'll be back down into the 70s. So this is not going to be a deal where it's going to rain all evening or rain all afternoon all through the evening. This is going to be something coming in probably around, right now, kind of like I said, eyeballing it, maybe 3-4 o'clock, and by 7-8 o'clock it should be out of here. So a good 2-3 maybe 4 hours of some rain and thunderstorms scattered across the area, and then it's gone. And that's kind of what we're going to see the next several days. Even though on our 7-day forecast we have rain chances every day, this is the type of stuff we're going to see. It's not going to be an all-day rain event every day. It's going to be these clusters of showers with thunderstorms with the disturbances rolling across the area, where we see a little bit of rain, then it clears out for a long time, then we'll see another one move through, and that might not happen until the next day. So it's going to be one of these kind of setups. All right, as we head through the overnight, looks pretty quiet going into tomorrow morning. No problems there. And then as we get into tomorrow, it looks like another flare up of some showers and thunderstorms, this time showing around lunchtime and then going through the afternoon with quite a bit of coverage once again of showers and thunderstorms. We're talking about 60-70% coverage of rain and thunderstorms, maybe even 80% coverage for tomorrow. So as it looks right now, we have this batch coming in late this afternoon, this evening. We get a break through the overnight, first part of the day tomorrow, and then another batch coming through. It looks like maybe lunchtime going through a good portion of the afternoon. That's what it looks like right now. These things change constantly. So at this point, that's what we're thinking. So you might want to make your plans accordingly. Out in the tropics, really very quiet. Caribbean, Gulf, out in the Atlantic, there are some showers and thunderstorms down along the equator, but very quiet, not much going on, which is great news, and typically quiet this time of year. As we always mention, the height of the hurricane season usually comes late August and into early September. So let's run down our forecast for today. Along the coast, southwesterly winds of 5 to 10 knots, seas around 2 feet. High tide, we had only one today. That was at 5:08. 85 is the water temperature out in the Gulf. Mostly smooth on the inland lakes and bays, and could see some showers and thunderstorms near the coast as we head towards later on this afternoon. And we'll go higher rain coverages, 70-80% for today. Temperatures before the rain kicks in, we're talking early afternoon, 87, 88 up towards the lakes. Go to inland southeast Texas, 89, 90, and then down around here the triangle, we're looking at numbers right around about 90 degrees. Going in towards tonight, rain chances drop off. I'll put in a 20% just for an isolated shower possible overnight, but most of the rain should be done. We'll go with temperatures into the middle to lower 70s, generally partly cloudy skies. And then let's take a look at our 7-day forecast, and that's showing 70% coverage of rain on Tuesday or today, and then 60% through Friday, 70% on Saturday, 6% on Sunday. Every day, yeah, we got rain and thunderstorms moving through the area. And then by Monday, it looks like the rain chances drop off to about 50%. So as I mentioned, this is not going to be a deal where it's going to rain every day, all day long. It's going to be these disturbances sliding through here from time to time. So that will give us a chance for some rain off and on each day. So it's not going to be a complete washout every day. You'll be able to get things in, get things done, but you're going to have to deal with some showers and thunderstorms from time to time. One thing you could do is download our 12 News Now app, and on that we have a radar, and you can, if you got to get some outdoor activities in, check the radar and see exactly what's going on.